Well, hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to Practice Growth Strategies. We have a very special guest for you today, someone who is just going to bring a lot of value to the show. He always does every time I talk with him, every time I interview him, and that is Dr. Fred DiDomenico of Elite Coaching. Dr. Fred, how are you today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on here, Tabor. I work very closely with Brian Capra, a great guy, great software. And actually, a lot of people don't know this, but Brian is a lifetime Elite client, and Elite is really built around creating lifetime patients, the most lifetime patients. And so Brian has built into Genesis the proper steps to make sure retention is awesome and you're building the highest amount of lifetime patients. So kudos out to him for putting purpose into technology.
Awesome, man. Well, kudos to you for bringing purpose into the chiropractic profession, my friend. I have had the privilege to be at your seminars, your boot camps, and if you're going to ask me, my opinion, you're the best coach in chiropractic today. And so I do really appreciate you. I've grown a lot from you and from your teaching. So just in case out there in chiropractic land, there is somebody that hasn't heard of you, Dr. Fred DiDomenico. Tell us about you. How'd you get to where you are today, and what's your story?
Well, try and put it in 10 words or less. I graduated from LACC, which had no philosophy, and all that does is just piss you off. So like Billy DeMoss, everybody knows him at CalJam. We were LACC grads and a few others. When you get nothing and then you find something, then it just makes you that much stronger. So, I ended up in DE and found the philosophy. To make a long story short, I grew up listening to Sigafus. And, a lot of the old timers that saw well over 1,000 a week, and you just learn principle and purpose. And you learn that the principle is truth. It's not to be negotiated. It's not to be argued. It just is. It's a universal law. Life force to a physical body, and a subluxation creates disease. The life force needs to get to a physical body. Subluxation blocks that life force. And really, in my opinion, being spiritually based stops a person from living their soul purpose. And really what I found is that I knew my sole purpose was to be a chiropractor. And then because of the exposure to DE, it was all about changing humanity, not building a big practice. So when you have that purpose that burns inside you, you overcome every fear. You strive to be your best. There is no end. There is no point of satisfaction. The only satisfaction is when you fulfill your vision, and it's not satisfaction, it's fulfillment. I definitely reached that point one day. I looked at my schedule. There was 232 people on there. My goal is to be over 1,000 a week. I knew I was about 90 days from being 1,000 a week. We were just over 700 at that point. And then I realized that I just wanted to see over 1,000 a week because it was an ego-based thing. And I'm just talking about me. I probably had at least 10,000 cars driving by my clinic every day. So what's 1,000 a week? I realized I wasn't even touching my community. And at that moment, I prayed and I said, God, there's got to be something bigger. A year and a half later, I found myself in coaching, and through, in attempting to go to that 1,000 a week, I found that chiropractic, the profession, taught me how to speak about a subluxation. It taught me how to be fired up. But I found you couldn't talk to a stay-at-home mother at 4 the same way you would talk to a CEO. And then what you find is either one of them walk out, both of them walk out, but rarely, with that big a range between personality types, you're rarely going to get both of them that commit. And being spiritually based, if God puts someone in front of you and you're not faithful with one, if you say, you know what, they just didn't get it. It's not their fault, it's our fault. And so I thought, if I'm not faithful with one, why would he send me 100 more? So it's been almost 20 years outside of chiropractic studying what the best communicators do, what the top influencers in the world do. If Serena Williams or a president or a pastor or a top politician or a celebrity, if they, when the top people in the world have something that's holding them back, who do they call? Well, I went to, what are those people doing? The Tony Robbins and the and the coaches that are coaching the most influential people in the world. In reality, what it is the world now are seeking life coaches. And that all started with NLP. So I just looked at the business models these people were using. What's the communication system to get people past their limiting beliefs? And if somebody like Tony Robbins can create a $6 billion, that was $1 billion a year industry, maybe what if we did that with spinal correction and chiropractic? What if we took the top people in the world and we did what they did and we applied it to chiropractic? Maybe we can start changing humanity around the globe. And based on that, I formed Elite Coaching, and that's what Elite Coaching is. How's that for?
And
That was 10 words or less.
Hey, it was under 10 minutes, so you did good. You know, speaking of purpose, one of the purposes of this podcast is to help chiropractors grow their practice, help them reach success, whatever that is for them, right? The success in their life. And there's no doubt that you've reached success both in chiropractic in your own practice, and you've reached success and you've helped hundreds of other chiropractors reach it. But you've probably had, you know, a few people you've coached who maybe they didn't do as well as others. What is, in your opinion, what is that thing that's missing between one chiropractor who's hugely successful, who may hit 500 or 1,000 or whatever their goal is, and that other chiropractor that's out there struggling or not able to hit the goals that they want to hit? Is there one big difference, or is it a lot of other things? What's your opinion on that?
Well, first of all, I think there's a big difference between success and fulfillment. You can look around in your life and you can look at all the conditions and you say, you know, I'm successful. Maybe I'm not where I want to be, but when I look around, I should feel better. Like I feel great about my life. But the reality is you have a vision and a purpose that comes from deep inside you. And if you're not fulfilling that vision, you can be successful and not happy. You can be happy with your conditions, yet there's something in here that's pulling you for more. The people that are successful, first of all, the people that don't feel like they're even at success, they're putting themselves in front of others, meaning you're so immersed in your own stuff that you're not focused on things outside of you, and you haven't stepped out of your comfort zone enough to realize that you have a soul purpose. And when you connect with the fact that you have a soul purpose, you have courage. And courage, everyone feels fear. Courage is the ability to move forward, move through it. And really what it is your vision is like crossing a river. That river with a strong current is every limiting belief, every fear, everything you've ever known or thought about yourself, which is really an illusion. And you have to freaking cross it or you will never have that fulfillment of your vision. If you're not willing to cross it and feel your fear, confront it and move through it, you probably are not going to have a fulfilling life. And that's it, man. It's like you got to know that you were called to do something and you may not know how, but you have the courage to confront it. People that are unsuccessful stay on the bank and they look at the river. People that are successful get in the river. People that are fulfilled never stop. They never stop.
In chiropractic, you almost have to be on a mission, and you, like you say, a vision, have that vision where it's different than a different profession. Not that, somebody who's, I don't know, selling cars or furniture or something like that. Maybe there's a few of them that make it a mission for them to succeed in that. And maybe they do really successful, but it just seems like in chiropractic, for us, it's more of a calling and it's more of a mission. And I look around, my closest friends and the ones that are most successful in practice are the ones who have made it a mission in their life and a purpose behind it.
Yeah. And purpose is the fuel. Purpose is the fuel that gets you out of bed and keeps you moving. You have to develop the tools and the skills to actually do that. And each level of your own personal and professional development take you to the next level. I feel so gifted that I feel like I fulfilled that card of practice. And now I'm into coaching. If I fulfilled what I want to do with coaching, hey man, not even 1/100th until the whole world and humanity sees chiropractic as spinal correction and living the optimal spinal optimal lifestyle, this will never stop. And what it is about creating great leaders. And so the whole thing is, you know, you're supposed to fulfill this card, so to speak, in practice. This is the first step. There's probably something bigger that's waiting, but the next step in your life for a bigger vision is not going to fall in your lap until you do this part. And so, you know, the thing is, you don't have to be the greatest in the world. The thing is, you decide what that fulfilling vision is. You know, people know what it is. It's not something they think in their head. It's something they justify in their head why they're successful right now, but it's something in here that pulls you. And I just encourage you, you know what it is, reach for it, because since you have it in your heart and you are a spiritual being first, the universe will provide everything. And there's one thing you have to do. There's only one thing. You have to say yes. When you say, yes, I will do it, the universe will put everything in your path. When you say, yes, I'm willing to move through whatever it takes, is when it becomes easier. The hardest part, Rick Sapio, renowned business coach, has an original quote, which I think it's original, which says, eternity is defined by the time between doing what you know you should do and actually doing it. That's eternity, because that's where your suffering and your pain is. When you know what you should do and you're not doing, that's where the pain is, man. Stop freaking feeling your own pain and just freaking do it. And that's when fulfillment begins.
Well, there it is right there. I always want like one action step that we want to give our listeners and what they could do right now. And that's what it is. It's whatever you're feeling, that anxiety towards that, you know, you should, that fear, but you haven't took that next step and done it. That's what you need to go do right now, right today, right?
Well, and here's the thing, you would talk about successful people or fulfilling people is, you know, your vision is overwhelming. Like when I think, oh my God, humanity around the globe has to know spinal correction. Okay, that's it's a little bit overwhelming. But what can I do today? I need to do one thing. And you know what I'm doing today? Talking to you, Saber. Dude, thank you so much. Because now this message, here's the thing. Everything you do, how many things? Everything you do on tape, on video, goes around the world today. So can you sit there and put your iPhone in front of you and tape a message and put it on Facebook? Can you embed it and put it on YouTube and share it with your patients? I mean, it doesn't take a big step, but if you do one thing, it's not overwhelming. Do one thing every day, step by step, and you'll change humanity. Now, on that note, I want to say one thing. In October 23rd, 24th, this year, we're having a seminar. Guess what the theme is? Taking your vision, your practice from community to humanity. We're going to have whole mindset. I mean, we have world-class speakers that are going to be there that have humanity mindset. They're going to show you, number one, have the mindset of humanity. Number two, have the systems of humanity. Now, when someone who's already a world-class leader shows you mindset and systems, and you go home and you can do one thing, you'll probably double your practice.
Man, there it is right there, all laid out, and we'll tell them more about this event here at the end. I want to ask you another question, though. Going back to what you said, that you're just getting started on your journey of coaching and taking this to the world. Tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now. You know, what are you doing, and what are you excited about right now?
Well, I'm always excited about everything I'm doing. So
I know, man.
That's what I'm doing is I love chiropractic. And so how could you not be excited about something that's going to advance chiropractic? Well, first of all, I'm really fired up about the October seminar. I mean, we have Jennifer Brannan's going to show you how to build a world-class pediatric practice. Roberto Monaco is going to show you how to meet that vision, reach humanity in groups. We have Garrick Anderson group speaking. We have Ernie Landy, who's practically like the present-day BJ Palmer, 2,000 a week for 40 years. I mean, seriously.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. We got Billy D at CalJam's going to speak there. Actually, Brian Pepper of Genesis is going to show you how to create lifetime relationships with technology. So, you know, and then, of course, I have 4 sections I'm going to speak. So that's number one. Number two, our boot camps are filling up. The word is getting out that this is the most powerful and advanced communication system that creates the most lifetime patients in the profession. You know, everyone else will tell you, and you've been there, Tabor, it's literally the most powerful, influential patient management system that can change the way people want to live their life in a predictable fashion. And the word's getting out about that. And man, people are coming in. That's a really life-changing experience. It's really a mindset shift on how to be able to see a person's limiting beliefs, how to take those limiting beliefs away in a short time, help people find the inspiration within themselves. Because we see 3.4% of the population. What percent of the population actually knows their spine and nervous system are the foundation of health and life in their body? Well, I think it's time that we've changed. And if we haven't done it in 120 freaking years, maybe we should do something different. And I believe that the boot camps are a new communication system for a new world. We're definitely living in a new world. The next thing is my book is in the process of being published. It's finally finished. We're developing a manuscript. It's a spiritual, it's called Healed. You know, we are so blessed to know what our sole purpose is, but how many of the people in the world really do? You know, the difference between an amateur and a professional, someone who's successful, someone who's fulfilled, versus someone who's a world changer. World changers, you look at Nelson Mandela, right? Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, they have an internal reference point. It doesn't matter what goes on outside them. Their internal reference point, spiritual reference point, is so strong, they overcome every condition outside them. Now imagine if you had the mindset of an inspirational world leader where your internal reference point was so strong that you could overcome any condition in the world and fulfill that vision. That's really what that book is about, how to overcome yourself, develop that world-changing mindset, spiritual internal reference point so you can deliver your purpose in the world. And we're going to turn that into a life coaching system. So that'll be out and in seminars within the next year. A lot of what I take from that book, we teach in the boot camps and we teach in the semi-annual seminars. So when you come to an elite experience, you will have a mindset internal transformation, no question. So those are really, off the top of my head, three major things that are going on all simultaneously.
Well, I can't wait for that book and the lifetime coaching that's rotated around that. Because would you say that most of the things holding us back is ourself? I mean, it's about overcoming ourself and getting to that point of, you know, just listening to innate maybe, or just things that just come through us instead of from us.
Well, there's no question, Tabor, and everybody knows that. I mean, if you take any responsibility for your life at all, you know that you say, okay, I'm the one that gets in my own way. I mean, we all know that as knowledge. But how do we get through that as experience in our life? And that's the difference, is really what we know in our head and what we live can be two different things. You can think, yeah, I know I get in my own way, but I have no idea how to get out of my own way. You know, that's it. The application is where the problem is. You know, right. So what it is, you know, we've been able to, hey, through 10 years of life coaching and NLP and a lot of spiritual work and a lot of everything, you learn, okay, there is a way that you can clear those limiting beliefs. There is actually a step-by-step system that you can clear that. And I do it all the time. We do it with leaders in the profession. I have people that call me for life coaching. People that are leaders in the profession call and say, hey, I need to get through this. And people that are leaders out in the regular world, not even chiropractic, that I help them identify what they are, release it, and you see rapid changes in who they and how they view themselves, their conditions, and what they're able to achieve and accomplish and manifest is almost an overnight shift.
Man, that's awesome. You're doing some great things. So tell us how we can get involved. How do we get to the seminar in October? And what are the days on that again?
It's October 23rd, 24th. Actually, we'll be sending a video on the registration form out within the next week. Today's Friday, August 21st. So really all you have to do is go on Elite Coaching LLC and LLC.com. And the information's on there. You can call us. We'll send you, if you're not on our email list, Certainly just opt on our email list. We send out videos and stuff all the time. So get on that email list or just call us and let us know. And if you want to talk to me personally, let me know, where you're at and what you're looking to receive. I promise, it's my personal commitment and to all the speakers, that whatever you come there with, that you're going to leave with an answer, a mindset that's different, and something you can do on Monday that'll take you to the next level. So with guests, I like to talk to them beforehand, know exactly what you're looking for, so we can provide it to you at that seminar.
Awesome. Well, I want to encourage everybody to head on over to elitecoachingllc.com. We'll have that in the show notes and below the video. Again, Dr. Fred, thank you for being there always. Thank you for answering our questions and sharing value with us. We always appreciate you, man. Love you, brother.
Peace. Love you too, Tabor. Thank you.
Have a good one.